Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build Springfield. We're in the middle of building KrustyLu Studios at the moment. That's a funny way to say it, isn't it? Oh man, that's really loud in my headphones. Ow. I just got deafened by block placing sound. That's better. Whoo. How you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling fine. Sad to hear that so many people in the comments section are coming down with an illness. It sounds very similar to the illness that I had very recently. I was like super ill recently. I felt absolutely terrible. In fact, a lot of the Fallout videos that I recorded, I was saying how absolutely terrible I felt all the way through. And now that you guys have got it, I feel like I'm responsible. I feel like I've passed the illness on to you. Hopefully you don't mind too much. I don't know, maybe you hate me now. You've got me ill. Anyway, KrustyLu Studios, I'm just finishing off the main sort of roof here. Some really cool parts to this. Some parts that I'm excited to build, some parts that I'm not so excited to build because they look a little bit tricky. For example, the water tower looks tricky to do. I think I've got some blocks cut down. What I find the hardest about those, or those sort of wooden structures, is like the angles. They have like X's and crosses on them, and they just don't work in Minecraft. They just don't work. It's very difficult to do. I have noticed that on this building, it has like a little section that comes, or like little beams that come up on all four sides. Really cool. I haven't cut down any blocks though because, well, to be honest, I was lazy. I was just so excited to start. I realised that I forgot to cut down some blocks that we might need later on in the episode, but it doesn't matter. We'll work it out from there. I think we need the blue stained clay in the middle. It's the darkest sort of block, similar to, I know on the picture it's sort of a dark navy blue. We don't have a dark navy blue though, so we're going to have to go with this colour. And you know what I think we want? I think I want to grab a crafting table, and I want this block, and I just want to cut it in half. Just like that. And then have this around the top. I think that'll be our best looking option to go around here. This building also has a little bit of detail on the roof of it as well. It's got like a little chimney pipe sticking out, and it looks like some sort of vent maybe. I don't know what it is. It's very hard to tell what some of these things are. So I'll put these down here. Oops. There and there. And then the little tiny chimney, it's just a little chimney. I'm going to put it like right in the corner, it seems. That's where it wants to be. Daytime. And then we want this one there and that one on top. Very condensed buildings, these are. Very small. I think it might actually be better to cut one of those down to a half slab as well. Like, grab that and cut that down. And then we just put a half slab there. And then a grey one on top. Yeah, that's much more to scale with the rest of the building. Okay, great. We need some packed ice for the windows in the area. And what block's the garage? The garage is, or the garage doors, sorry. I think we're going to do a grey with like a blue around the outside. I think that might be the best. And the blue around the outside, by the looks of it, we also use around the windows as well. So what blue do we have? Blue. I think this is sort of our only real light blue. So I think we're going to have to use the wool. I'm hoping that once we cut this down, it won't look quite as wool texture-ish. Wool texture-ish. Because I really don't like wool texture. It's my least favourite texture, I think, in the entirety of Minecraft. Oh yeah, that looks okay actually. And then we want to divide that window up. The middle window is slightly smaller, which we can just about pull off by putting this one on the inside and that one on the inside of that block. So then these two outside ones look just a little bit bigger, like on the picture. And I don't know if we can do it on this part though, because it's a 4-block wide. Even numbers are very hard to make into odd, unless we do something like that. Which I think, I know it's like the wrong way around. The middle window's the biggest here, but on the picture it's the smallest. I think that's the best look for us. And then we need these to go around the edge. I'm going to put these along there. Careful now, careful now. And down the side. And this garage door is the same. I can't see, yeah, well, I can't see if there's garage doors on the other buildings, because obviously it's not facing this way. So I've put a garage door on one of them and a normal door on the other. And I think it suits really, really well. Down there. I'm going to put a blue around this door, even though we haven't actually got a door on it. I'm still going to put it there. And do we have... That's 2 blocks high. Perfect. We can actually use a carpenter's door for once. We haven't used many of these at all, but they're so, so cool. Carpenter's door. There it is. What is the standard one? I like it. I think that's perfect for like an office. And maybe packed ice. Yeah, because you can't see through packed ice. Is that animated? It is. See that? No way. I never even noticed. Actually, shiny buildings. That's so cool. The blue goes really, really well. As soon as you can't actually physically look through packed ice, I think it's a good choice. Okay, up there. It matches in with the rest of the building, doesn't it? Along the top of this one. And then there's a wall as well that goes around the outside. Like a perimeter wall. I think a clay. I don't know what clay, but I think a clay would be best for that. I also need the hammer to try and get a decent garage look. I think that one's the best one, certainly. Oh, that looks really, really good. Yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. That one. That's like the perfect, oops, the perfect industrial garage door for sure. And then one more here, the biggest one. I take it this one is where he does the show. And I take it maybe that one is like where acts stay. And then this one is the office. I don't know. I don't know how it would exactly work. Oh, and then we need a door on here. You know what? I think we're going to be really cool here. And I'm going to bust out where I want the doors to be. Put the carpenter's doors in. Put a blue surround around it. Oops. A blue surround around it like this. And then get the packed ice to go on there. Because it's a glass building. It's a very, very glass building. But doing it like that, it actually like makes the doors stand out really, really nice. I love it. I love it. Really cool block choice, I think, for this build. Up this side. Oops. Over the top. On that side. Still got a lot of these sort of rails, if you like, the little depth parts of the building to do. And I got obviously many to do over this building to divide it up into sections. In fact, I think maybe grey would be the best for that on that building instead of the blue. So if we cut one of these down instead and cut it down again. And how big do we want these to be? Like, do we just go 1 block for each window? That might be the best way to do it. So that's on the... Is it on the inside or the outside? That's on the inside. Okay, we just need to try our best. We're not going to be able to get it dead even. In fact, seeing as though we're not going to be able to get it dead even, it's probably worth just going across then, isn't it? Like that. Like this. Obviously, we need to do this on all 4 sides and go horizontally as well, which is a little bit time consuming, but I'll cut it out. I'll do it off camera. But I just want to see what it would look like on one side. Because this is how there's actually a lot of buildings in The Simpsons like this. I've been avoiding them because I didn't know how they were going to turn out looking like. But I suppose this is a good test, seeing as it's a somewhat smaller one. If it looks terrible, we'll have to ignore those kinds of buildings. Like Channel 6, for example, is like that. Not KBBL. That's not a giant glass building. I know Channel 6 is a giant glass building. There's a couple of other really giant sort of skyscraper-like buildings as well, which obviously I've been avoiding because it requires me doing this. And if it looks bad, I don't want to do it for a big building. I don't mind it if it looks bad, as long as it doesn't look terrible. I don't mind it looking that bad on a building that's this size, as it is quite a small building, but a big one, it's going to make the whole city look terrible, isn't it? You know, it looks like we've done too many squares. Like, it's too checkered. If I take, like, oops. If I take, like, this one out, and this one out, and that one out, it's good for me because it means that I don't have to put down as many of these as I go. Obviously, it's like 4 or 5 times less blocks to place. I think this is actually looking okay. Up close, it doesn't look bad at least. But then the the corners aren't full 2x2 blocks. They're like 1x2. But seeing as though it's the edge of the building, that isn't really noticed. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. Yeah, that looks okay. And what we can do is we can put these, up on the corner. Like that. There. And there. Yeah, that would look okay all the way around the building, I think. I think we'll be fine with that. Okay, and then we've got the water tower. I have no idea why there's a water tower in this KrustyLu Studios. I haven't a clue. I need to leave a block gap around the outside for the wall, which only leaves us this sort of 3x3 area. Hopefully it'll be big enough, but we're sort of going to simplify it down a little bit because of all the diagonal bracing that this wooden structure has. Makes it very, very difficult to do. So I think I'm going to do it to there. And then this starts above it. But what we're going to do is I think I'm going to do it like this. Oops. Like that. And then put these ones up the edge. Or, no, even better would be like that. That gives us sort of the roundest that we can get to this scale. You can't get any rounder than that. Actually, it doesn't look too bad either. Like that. And I don't think we want to go too much higher. Maybe 1 block higher and then go to the point. Yeah. Like that. Like there. 3. Whoops. And 4. And then we have the triangle, the cone. That's the word. The cone on top. Now to do this, I think I'm going to have to do a 3x3 area with solid blocks. Daytime. Maybe one on top like that. And then we're not going to be able to get it perfectly cone shaped, but we can bring out the 4 edges like so. And then maybe grab these ones to go around in like a circle-ish shape. And there's something cool we can actually do on the top as well. If I shift and scroll, I can change these to that one. And that actually gives us a point. I haven't used that block in this series, I don't think, and I've been wanting to. Actually isn't too bad. I was really nervous how that was going to look, and I don't think that is terribly, terribly bad. Okay, so what I've got to do now off camera is just put this grey around that ice building, that skyscraper building. Get this block, the hardened clay post, around the back of there. I noticed it wasn't on. And it's also around the bottom as well, of where these dark blocks are. They sort of go along there like this. On all the buildings, it seems. At least that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back to do a bit of greenery and the main wall that goes around the side. Okay? 2 seconds. Alright, I'm just doing the roof on the glass skyscraper one. I've also done the same thing on that roof and just raised it up by half a block. I think it looks better than doing it by a full block, so I think that's an improvement. Got the sort of beads that go around the edge of all the buildings. I really like how that looks. It's really weird because this is actually a really small plot for so many buildings. Like when the same sort of size plot takes up the bowl of armor or the Krusty Burger, when this is like a giant warehouse. The reason why it does that is purely just because on the tapped out game, they can only keep buildings to a certain size. They can't make them absolutely huge, obviously. So they sort of have to scale the buildings down. However, when we then build it in Minecraft, it sort of It sort of messes us up a little bit. So this plot actually looks a lot smaller than what it maybe should be. But it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Let's have this coming up here. It needs to go down here. And how many blocks high do we want this? This perfect color for it. This is like the bang on the wall color. I might want to put some carpenter brick blocks in there just to give that little bit of detail. I think I might want to do something along the top just to give it like a little bit of a lip or something like that as well. I think I'm going to do it from there to there. Like what could we do along the top? Or do we not? It's going to be really difficult to do it in the first place. I think 3 blocks high is like perfect though. Let's grab our wand. And we want number 1598. From there to there. Set to 1598. This is so brilliant. I will never get bored of having the opportunity to use World Edit. It's so easy. There. Makes things so much faster. Imagine how long it would take to do 3 levels of that. Man. Okay. There to there. Perfect. And then we have these posts that come up the side. At least 3 blocks. And I think I probably want to start cutting these down as well. Where's a crafting table? Like, I want to cut this down into a tiny... No, that should do, actually. I just want to get a little bit of the ramp that sort of goes... that sort of goes up. So it's sort of, yeah, like that. So it just sort of curves up on the corner. Doesn't look quite as abrupt then, does it? Okay. And then we need another, like, clay block maybe or something like that. It's sort of a yellow, but not quite yellow. So I might do... Well, the white is the same as what I've done for the buildings. And it's definitely not that colour. I think we're going to have to do a yellow side. Just to stick as close to as we can to the real thing. So we want to cut this down. Not to its fully thinnest, but maybe that would be perfect. And then we want this to go definitely on that block. Not on the curve, but on that one. And then we have the corner missing as like a curve. We can't get the curve, but we can sort of do a block missing to replicate the curve. And then there and there. It's actually a huge sign. Like that. Well, it's straight along the top though, but it's curved on the bottom. And to do that, I think we're going to have to do something like fill in all of these ones to make the sign of at least a decent size. And then put that one there and that one there. I think I am going to have to come down here to try and get that arch look. Yeah, that arch look isn't too bad. I think that's about as close as we can get though here in Minecraft. And I'm going to put that on top there and that on top there just for shape. In fact, I might drop it down by that. So do it down there instead. I like that. I think that's pretty good. And then what we want to do is we want to get a slightly lighter clay. So I'm going to grab this one. And we're going to want it in carpenter block form. Carpenter block. I've already got my chisel. And what we do is stick one in there and there. I'm going to do them white instead of the same color. Just because I actually want it to be... I thought I had a chisel. Oh, I had a hammer. Just because I want the bricks to be a lot lighter. And I don't think I like that one. I think I like that one. Nice big bricks in there. And then there and there. Swap those two around for speed reasons. There we go. And then that one, that one, that one, and that one. I'm trying to do them roughly in the same places on the picture. There and there. Colour them up. There's no quick way to do this, unfortunately. Even with, nope. Gotta get my voice back. Even with World Edit, it's still a little bit slow to put these Carpenter blocks in. But one thing that we are missing before I get carried away with that is the leaves. We've got a load of little bushes. Loads down here. Like, this is really, really packed full of bushes here. Can I not put one there? Oh, yeah, because of that. I want that there. I want it there. And back here as well, I'm going to put this one really high. Like that. I don't think we need any microblock forms, though. I don't think that's necessary. Oh, hello, rain. Daytime and rain. Okay, so there's the bushes behind there. In fact, this back one seems to come a little bit higher than the wall, so I'm going to have to remove... Oops. Remove those. Boop, boop. And there. It just comes a little bit higher than the wall, it looks like. So I'll do it like that. Do you know what I mean? Just so it's just lipped up just that little bit. Put one there as well. And then we've got one... I think these are meant to be trees here. So what I'm going to do is actually use this as a tree trunk. Or maybe a... No, I like this sort of lighter colour. So put that up there. I think I am going to have to use some microblocks to make that just a little bit more tree-like. Cut these down to those ones. Perfect. And then my dogs are back because the postman's here. And I give you an idea of what time I'm recording this, maybe. Postman usually comes... Well, I think my postman's a little bit weird because he can come at any time between, like... like 8 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. It's like a really lazy postman, it seems. He just sort of, whenever he sort of feels like it, he'll sort of turn up and sort of do some letters and then go home. I don't know, it just seems like whenever you see him on the movies and stuff, postmen always come really early. Mine doesn't. Mine comes sort of whenever he wants to turn up. I like those little trees. They look really cool. Nice little touch. Anything else that we've forgotten, blatantly forgotten? Oh, there's a aerial on top of this building. How did I miss that? I'm going to grab these nice little thin ones, but I might make them a little bit thicker. Actually, I might not. No, they are meant to be pretty thin. And then I need to get that one. I think that might just be big enough. There and there. And then I somehow need to get them to go that way as well. There, and there. This is so awkward to do. You have to do this in such a specific order. There. Take that one away, put that one there. It looks like... no, I got it wrong. It looks like such a weird order to do things, but believe me, you have to put these microblocks down in a certain way. Otherwise, they just don't work. No! How did I get that one going from there to there? See, it just won't go on. I need that one away. That one away. No, it still won't do it, will it? No! I need one more. Okay, I'm going to have to do it like this. The slow way. The unprofessional way. There we go. Perfect. It's got like a little satellite dish on it as well. I could maybe use this as a satellite dish. Like, maybe if I just... Oh, yeah, because it's not on the edge of the block, is it? Up one. And then... Oh, no, that looks terrible, doesn't it? Or does it? I mean, it's not... Ew, it does look pretty bad, though. What if I done... that, put that on there, and then put this back like that? That looks better. I think at least it's facing the right way then. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Next episode, we'll be working on maybe another house or something. I don't know. I'll have to have a look through some of the buildings that we have available.